a hell of a milestone, Tom. Congratulations. Put much thought into it. Have you sort of worked out what it all means to you?
Look, yeah, I've thought about as I've got closer. It sort of doesn't sit all that comfortably with me just at the moment. It's a bit unique in the fact that I'm passing one of my best friends in life, but a player that I've spent a lot of time in my football journey with. So I'm sure that this is going to be something when I'll finish and look back on my career, and I'm certainly going to be proud of the fact that I've been able to be so durable. But for me, this is about me and those that have helped me along the way. I think I got to enjoy the personal milestone of 350, which was incredible and wonderful, and I enjoyed sitting back and experiencing that. But I think this is for everyone else, my family members and those that have helped me forge my AFL career, but also as a junior. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that look back and hopefully enjoy the milestone with me.
Did you ever think you'd be the person to play the most games for the Cats?
No, never. I've still got fond memories. I said it in my 350 week of the players that had sat on the recognition board for playing 200 games, which sat above the lock at 26, and along with Barry Stoneham being the games record holder for my number. I think a couple of those things stand out along the way as a reference point in times, particularly when I started thinking what could be possible, but I never imagined that this could be possible. So there's a lot of people in my corner that are going to be proud and enjoy it. So yeah.
In your 350 presser, you said you grew up being that little kid telling people, I want to play for Geelong.
Yeah.
What would that little kid think of you holding a record for the club?
Yeah, I don't know. It's it's as I said, it feels a bit surreal and sits slightly uncomfortably. But I would make no bones about the fact that I was an avid Geelong supporter. Grew up watching the Cats through the 90s and early 2000s, wanting to be here, wanting to call sort of this place home, and I've spent half my life here now in Geelong and call it home and refer to this environment that is work as my home away from home, so to speak. So it's been incredible, but I'm sure that that 10-year-old or that 6-year-old boy that started Auskick would be pretty amazed.
What is it about Geelong, the club, the place that's facilitated guys like yourself, Joel, Jonathan, and just a few to have such long, successful careers?
I think the biggest thing is that our ability to stay really competitive. Over my time at Geelong, we've missed the finals twice, and I know that there was in the years preceding coming here, there was a lot of momentum that was built up over a long period of time, and a lot of work done by a lot of other people that, in my eyes, I came into the organisation and got to reap the rewards of a lot of other people's hard work. But as a player that comes through and spending a significant amount of time, you're also sort of, in some ways, being a leader, you help shape the place and the development of the group and the way it moves forward. So I think, but certainly it's the competitive element. I'm surrounded by great people and a lot here that I've had a lot to do with in my time in Geelong. So I've played 35, I think, finals games, and that certainly helps.
Has there been a strong, consistent influence the whole way through your career?
Well, there's been lots. I think I think Mum and Dad certainly, for the most part of my life, have always been remarkable supporters. My wife Emma, because there's lots of great opportunities and great memories that you forge in here, but there's also some pretty tough times that you go through, and you need that support of someone away from that environment. But in terms of people at the football club, I'm reluctant to to go into too many details because I just think there's been so many people collectively that have helped me, and that's from players, that's from the staff, and the enjoyment I get out of creating relationships with them, the playing group. PDMs have always been wonderful to me, and I suppose it's just the big natural support network of the footy club that's been wonderful.
You talk about tough times. Is there one that really sticks out for you?
Losing my mum was really challenging. Form through the early parts of my career, injury. There's been lots of little other things, but there wouldn't be a career of 355 or 54 currently, but games that doesn't go through some ups and downs, and I'd certainly like maybe some things back, but it's helped shape and mould me into the person I am, and obviously all bar one, I wouldn't have had it any other way.
Is there like a little mantra that's got you through, like something that you've stuck to?
Yeah, look, my grandpa, who's on my mum's side, who actually he played 20 odd games down here at Geelong, and he always used to say to me in my junior footy, head down, arse up, which is something that sort of always sticks with me. He messages me before every game, so he's racked up a hefty bill over the journey. But he's always said that to me. I think that's probably something that always sticks with me in terms of a football sense. But in life, there's been lots of other great learnings.
Is there a secret to the longevity, Tom? Because key forwards don't tend to get this. Yeah. So there's something that you've done over the journey?
No, I don't think so. Genetics, I put it down to. There's obviously been a lot of hard work in getting to the point I am. But being surrounded by great people, it's sort of a bit of a theme that I've talked a bit about today. But being supported by so many wonderful people is been amazing, and allowed me to not think too much about football and life, but certainly enjoy it.
What odds would you give yourself to play as many games as Joel when you're together?
Yeah. Well, look, I always thought I was gonna play football professionally. I didn't know to the extent of what it would be, but I thought that I'd be able to forge myself without being overly confident, sounding overly confident. Always thought that I'd be able to forge myself a career in football when I started. That certainly changed throughout the early parts, but it'd be a long shot. It'd be a long shot.
Just since you've reached 30, you've played a lot of great footy. It sort of amazes a lot of people. What's been the secret behind that?
Yeah, no real rhyme or reason or formula. I've got a great understanding of what makes me play well and what makes me a good teammate, and I think it's just taken me a bit of time to fully grasp that. I always wanted to be, and I've learned off a couple of my teammates that here, Lee, Mac, Jimmy, played a lot of football with Joel, obviously, but wanting to be consistent. So I always strive to be consistent as a player, and wanted to be consistent to be a good teammate. So it's probably an understanding of that part of my game, and probably a bit of maturing as well. But I'm not exactly. Can't put anything on it exactly.
How have you reflected on your last few weeks, Tom? People externally starting to talk about you more?
Yep. Look, I'm well aware that I'm not in great touch at the moment, but feel like I'm still playing quite a significant role within the team. I think our motto as a list and as a 23 that play each week, and specifically as a forward line, is that we've got so many avenues towards goal, which hasn't probably always been the case for me in my time in Geelong. So Each week's going to look slightly different in terms of pure goal scoring. Yes, I'd like to be a bit more influential in the games, but I've touched on some periods in my career that you work through, and this is just one that's a small speed hump. But I'll manage my way through it and no doubt be fine.
Is it an incentive to come out and kick a few goals on Friday night?
No, not at all. I've never played football like that, so I've always tried to be as best prepared as I possibly can. So that will always continue to be the case. But for me, it's about how can I best influence the game and help my teammates. So that'll be my sole focus going into this week.
When people talk about the lack of goals in recent weeks, is there a slight lack of understanding of the intricacies of your role?
No, look, I think that it's just football. I mean, I'm a key forward that's had a habit of kicking goals over the last 10 years, and I think forever and a day you'll look at key position players just as a whole and try and judge their games on goals, which is a big part of what I do. But I've always thought that I add more than just my ability to kick goals. So I like connecting, being involved throughout the game, all over the ground, certainly in forward 50 ruck contests. So I just need to just have a little bit more influence in the game.
Do you ever worry about your football mortality when you're going through that match?
No. Life's far too busy for me to worry too much about that. For me, it's about how can I get back to being able to help the team as quickly as I can. Honestly, I don't overthink that part of my game. I mean, we talk about the longevity. A part that I missed out on that is I've got a great balance to be able to focus on what is football, and then once I remove myself from this place, I become a father and part-time farmer and a few other golfing enthusiast and and a few other things. But I'm not overly worried.
So looking at the fixture, has there been any conversation about maybe having a rest while they're in Darwin and then breaking the record here at home?
I've had conversations, and they're ongoing conversations about how best to manage me as a player. Like I'm 36 in July, so there's an element that there's always going to need to be management, things put in place to be able to be at my best for as long as I can. So they're ongoing discussions. Nothing's certainly not locked in, but we'll continue to have those conversations.
So Joel gets the grandstand, or does Tom Hawkins get it?
Yeah, that's a great question. I've always, the Gary up terrace before the Joel Selwood stand was in here, and I was always very fond of that space. But I'm not sure. I'm happy just for a seat next to Joel Selwood in the Joel Selwood stand.
Hawkins Hill?
It's pretty flat around here, but no. If I can find myself a seat somewhere, that'd be more than enough, because once my time's done here, and I'm no longer the footballer, I can't wait to come here and watch Geelong for a long part of my life.
You mentioned your goals that I've been asked to ask. What's your belly angle? What's that?
Where have you got that info? Pete, there's been a few past players that have headed down to Ballyang on our days off and have a bit of a hit. It's actually a very well-known forward line if you put the names together within the Geelong region, but it's a bit of fun. It's the ability for me to be able to walk out the doors here and things going good, bad or indifferent, have a way to balance that out. But I'm yet to catch the little master, so I'm continuing to work just as hard on that side of my game as I am in here.
Shannon Neal's shown a bit of promise. Can you sort of talk me through your working relationship? Is he one of those guys that you take home your wing?
Yeah, I think naturally as a key position player, you spend a lot of time with younger players, Shannon, Phoenix Foster, Sam de Koning, as well. You spend a lot of time with and competing against and sort of nurturing. So one of the lessons that I've learnt from some of these guys that I've played with for a long time is that the influence that you can have on your teammates for them to become better players, and there's always been a passing on of knowledge that I've seen throughout my time. So I think players continue to help out where they can in developing those that are underneath and performing really well at AFL level. I mean, Shannon's a great example of that. He's a wonderful athlete. I just love his enthusiasm and drive to be better each day. He's got a healthy appetite to want to get better. So he's going to forge himself a long career, and he's playing some really good football and maturing beyond his age in terms of his sort of the patience, but also staying really competitive. So we're going to see a lot of Shannon. I'm not sure how it's going to play out throughout the season, but there's a really bright future behind Shannon's career, and a great kid.
We're not losing danger to the Crows again.
Yeah, I heard that. I texted him last night with no response. So
More danger.
no, I think he made it pretty clear that he was keen to come back to Geelong, but who knows? That's up for Bat to work through.
Do you expect Salvador Galea to be trying to get the job any this week?
I feel that along with Zerk, Thatcher and Aaliyah, in the way that their defensive unit play, I'll probably get a little bit of everyone. But I look forward to playing against Asava. I've followed his career closely since he's gone to Port. We text often throughout the year. So yeah, he's another one of those, I shouldn't say those kids because they're young men, but and his development has been great to watch. So a great teammate that I've shared some great times with, and look forward to playing against him.
Thanks, Greg. Awesome.
Good on you. Thank you guys. Appreciate you coming down.